Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to our retro remake live stream. I'm back from holiday. Thank you so much for being patient and waiting for me to come back. And sorry, just a bit of a mess here still. I got back yesterday, and it was a very nice break away. I went to Cape Verde. It was beautiful, lovely weather. Come back to the UK, where it's just stormy rain. So, but we're back and we are live and we're doing retro remake of our Pokemon series. Before we get started in the Pokemon project and looking back where we are and how we can proceed forwards, a few notes. Things have been happening. Our game jam, the summer game jam, has started as of last night, midnight UTC, and we've got a theme of contrast. So I'm looking forward to seeing what people put together for this theme. It's very exciting. I can't wait to see. The project's always fun to see what people are making. But yeah, looking forward to seeing that. Similar sort of news in the Patreon space. Patrons are now taking place also in the content creator. Content creator? What's it? Creator challenge. Sorry. Creator challenge task, which is a small mini jam type thing to complete, and the idea is behind it that you submit some work and you get some feedback on that work, and that feedback video will be released publicly. So even if you're not a patron member, you can try and do the challenge yourself, although you won't get feedback for it. Okay, if you want the feedback, become a patron member. It's open to all patrons at all tiers. Feel free to take part in, and if you do, got it somewhere. Yeah, it is. The best entry, the best work done, will get these exclusive pin badges, which I'm trying to show on camera. These metal Ryan Lily Games pins. So these are exclusive only to those who do the best job, I feel, in that place. I'm going to send it over to you. Then you can't buy them, but yeah, cool little badge. So, hope everyone is doing okay and everyone can hear me okay. And we're going to get started and jump into Unreal Engine over here. So, if this is your first time seeing our live stream, what we tend to do on this live stream retro remake is we're taking a game from our past and we're trying to recreate it in Unreal Engine. This is totally unscripted, unrehearsed, raw game dev stuff, and the whole point of trying to do these things in this live fashion is to show you that sort of working out. How we figure things out, how do we put solutions together, and how do we bug fix and debug our games as we're creating them. And so this year we're doing Pokemon. Each year we do a different game, and this year we're doing Pokemon. And this is the progress we've made thus far. We can run around. We've got Pokemon AI wandering around. We can bump into them and start a combat. And we can do a combat fight like this, for example, and their health goes down. Electric Bolt does a different attack like that, and then last time we did the capturing mechanic. So we've got items, Pokeball, and if we're lucky enough, we've captured him, Grapike, and there you go, we're back to the main world. Okay, so obviously unpolished, we're not worried about polish at this point in this tutorial series, but a good start nonetheless. So what I want to do in this one is worry about the party system of our Pokemon, because there's a few things we need to store about our Pokemon, so that when we capture them, we are storing things like their health and stats and uniqueness that they have against each other. Because even though you could pick up two, say, Grapikes, two of these creatures, each one could have slightly different stats. So we're trying to do that, okay? So bear with me as I'm trying to regain my bearings. It's been a month when we last looked at this. But if I'm going into my character... Oh, no, not there. Third person character, blueprints, third person character. And as always, if you've got any questions, please do find me in the chat. If you want me to explain what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, please highlight things. I'll try my best to try and capture as much as I can as we go through this. But I no doubt will miss a few. Where's the window gone? There it is. Okay, so yeah, we've got this Pokedex thing that a component we made right at the start. I think we did, and in it we're storing the Pokemon we've collected and the party of Pokemon we have. And I think what we're doing here is we're storing the Pokemon, and this is all Pokemon, so not just the ones in our party, but also the ones in our box and computers and things like that. And then the party here is storing an index array of numbers, and these numbers will refer to which Pokemon index we have in our collection here. So I need to be able to view my Pokedex and do work on that. So let's open up our Pokedex component, and let's take a look what we've got in here. Okay, so nothing special in there. Do I have anything to open up? Okay, yeah, so I've made this little test here to create a Mondex Pokedex type thing widget and put it on the screen, but I don't think we did anything with it. Yeah, we didn't do anything with it, so that's what we've got to work on. Okay, so that was all placeholder, so let's go back and work on that Pokedex. Mondex. Hi, Kulvskili. Sorry if I butchered that name. 3D Art Ninja. Hi, Ivan. How you doing? Glad to see newbies coming in for the first time. Okay, so we've got the name. I can't remember what we were planning on doing with these. I might have to just redo because I can't remember what we did. This was the description box. Image we've got over here too. Were these just the moves we had? Oh no, these will be the stats, won't they? They'll be like stat things we have. Okay, so let's block out these stats and what we have here. So I've got a vertical box, and I'm going to put in here. Wrap this with a horizontal box, and we'll duplicate the text block inside of here, like this. Now, if I click on the first one here and I choose to fill this space, it's going to push open the available space here and fill up the whole area here. And then this block here will get pushed right to the edge. You can leave it like this if you want, but you can also click that as fill, and that'll share the space available. But then I could go down to the justification on this one and put it right aligned. So now I've got like a perfect alignment, how I want it to be. And just for simplicity, I'm just going to delete these ones. Just worry about the first one. Okay, so this box here would be the different stats we'd have for your characters or your Pokemon. You can, obviously, it's up to you when you're making one of these yourself, what kind of stats you want to use. We'll keep it simple. We'll have HP, and we'll duplicate that horizontal box. And I think I've actually got stats already somewhere in here. Monsters, data assets, no. Nope. Quick construct. Skills. Oh, we didn't do any stats. We just got HP and XP. Okay. That's fine. You better see here, skip here and see the progress. Oh, hi. I wish that was easy to do. Okay, so we'll just make some stuff up here. I don't think I've got anything here, so we'll do strength. Oh, I did the wrong space. I'll tell you what, actually, if I get the Pokemon wiki up, I'll stats. So we got okay, so this would be attack. We'll label our tags here. Strength label. We call that the label. We call this one the strength value. Okay, so we've got HP, attack, defense. Special and speed. We'll just do those for now. Not worried about a lot of this. speed. There you go. That'll do. Okay, so we just need to label our blocks here. So we've got here text health. You want to make sure you label these things and make them variable. That way you know what the hell you're clicking on in the graph when it comes to that. Attack. Defects. Special. Speed. Okay. There we go. Right. No, Peter, you can't, unfortunately. It is done by the distance fields, so you can't do that. You can make things not generate distance fields. That would stop that from doing that. Got all that. We'll leave that alone. As for type, we can put in the type in here. I think I've got like icons I can use for types as well. Yeah, I've got all these I can use. So I'm going to put that next to the name here, I think. We'll do wrap that with a horizontal box and image. Ooh. There we go. And we'll just fill that space up. And on this image here, get an idea of how this is going to look. I'm just going to put in a demo one for now. Like that. Okay. What I am going to do as well is change image size down here to 64 by 64. And then if I go down to scale, 3 by 3, do something stylistic like this. Let's do 2 by 2. Because these transforms you see are just the rendering of it, so it doesn't affect like the actual spacing inside the box. It only affects like the way it's rendered. Right, there we go. And I'll make that opacity as well, 0.7, like that. Okay. So there is our template. We're just going to label this as well. Image type. We've got name and description. Okay. I think that should do it. We got like this view at least anyway. And this view is the individual Pokemon view. So I need to be able to see all my Pokemon and select them from their menu too. So we're going to make another widget selection in here. So this canvas panel I want to rename. And we'll do individual screen. And I'm going to wrap that with a widget switcher. And I'm going to put in another canvas panel. Put that above it. There you go. So I've got 2 tabs, 2 windows, basically. And this canvas panel here will be party view. And I want to, in here, put a list of all the Pokemon I'm going to have. Now, what would be the easiest thing to do is to do it dynamically and put in the individual Pokemon as a separate widget. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, not blueprint class. Widget blueprint. Hi, Zerlook. Party. Party slot. Okay, and in the party slot here, we're going to do a very simple border. And we're going to draw as a rounded box. And we'll do desired on screen. Image. Wrap with horizontal box. So the image will be the actual Pokemon itself. Then text next to it will be its name. Let's change that border color. Brush color here to black. And change the size of this to 64 by 64. And I'm gonna put some padding around this too. I'd do 20. There we go. And this one we're gonna bring down like this. And that'd be the name. So we'll label this in a second, but that'd be the name. And then I'm gonna have in here the type as well. And we'll do something similar to what I've done before. We'll put an image in, but we'll offset its render. Like this. And just so I can see what it looks like, I'm just going to go in there, just chop that onto there for now. Right, we need that level as well. So I'm going to duplicate that. That'd be the level. So for example, it'll be like 1, level 1. And then put padding on the right. That'd be a name. And this will be the type. So image. Whoop, type. We'll make this a slightly different size as well. 18. A bit smaller. 15. There we go. And this one be the image. Pokémon. Okay, so we've got this sort of layout. What else we need? We've got we need HP on there and probably XP as well. So I'll put HP as text and I put the XP as a bar, I think. So what we'll do is we'll do another thing in here. Text, and that'll be HP. And that'll be something like 5, 5, 5, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. Over. 6, 6. You know, something like that. And we'll add some padding on the left of that. There we are. This one, we're going to change the render of a little bit, so it just overhangs, make it look stylistically a bit cooler. Like this. Like that. There you go. Okay, so we've got text, HP. Oh yeah, bar. And what I'm going to do with the bar, I think, is actually I'm going to put it underneath the text, but not underneath the image here. So to do that, I need to basically make these three their own horizontal box and inside a vertical box. So let's wrap the level 1 here with a horizontal box and put all that in inside that box. There you are. And we'll just put down there like that. Okay, and then that horizontal box I'm going to wrap with a vertical box and then put a bar in it. A progress bar. There it is. Now I do think I have the style I can use for this already. So, what I call it, I don't know. Let's have a look. What I think I called it. Did I call it flat material? No. Right. Let's have a look. Oh, I did. I recall what I did. Did I do it in here? I swear I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Okay, I'll leave it like that. I'm not going to mess about it too much. Okay, so that would be the experience level. So, bar XP. And, you know, that fills up like so. Right, so all of this is like a slot, and I'm going to wrap it inside of a button as well, so that I can click on it. So let me just go to my border here. I'm going to right click on this and wrap with a button, and then on this button I'm going to rename it button slot, and I'm going to change its background opacity to be 0. Okay, and for which you can get rid of the padding if you want, make it a bit more tighter. Totally up to you what you want to do with that. pile. Tucks that in nicely there. Hi Enzo, how you doing? Okay, so what else? This name here I'm going to set to fill the available space, so this whole thing will stretch out if I were to do it. Now, the best way of testing that out is if I go to design on screen and do custom on screen and change the width here to something like 600, maybe 800. Let's do 1,000. Right, so I need to make this fill the available space because it's inside that space there, see that? But I want to make it stretch. So on that border here, I'm going to do that and click stretch there. And stretch vertically, horizontally. I need this to be at the end. So I need the horizontal box in the middle here to set to fill the available space. No, sorry, vertical box, sorry, to fill the available space. There you go. And that'll push it across like that. And the rest is up to you really what you want to do. So here I'm going to put some padding on the left here to 30. That'll be fine. This one is 64 by 64. And that's only because my height here is like a bit larger. I've done that. And there you go. So you get an idea of what it's going to look like in the end. Okay. Now the main thing with this is that we have to feed it information about the Pokemon we want to feed it from. Now what I'm going to do to make life a little bit easier is I'm going to make it just read straight from the Pokedex component that I have. So if I go into my variables here and add a Pokedex component, so that way it knows where to read this information from. Pokedex. And that'll be a reference that I'm going to feed it from my player character. So all I need to do is make that editable and expose on spawn. Ooh. And I also need to know what Pokemon I want this to also be referring to. So what index inside that Pokemon list I have. Now, in here, this is party slot, so I need to go variables and do index, and that'll be an integer. Yeah, there you go. And again, we make it editable and expose on spawn. Now I'm setting those two values there because I want to be able to change these values at the moment I'm creating them. When I do that, on the pre-construct, I'm going to populate this information from my Pokedex. So on the event pre-construct, I'm going to drag out my Pokedex. And I'm going to go get my party. And party is just an index array. So if I now go to Pokemon, this is the actual array of Pokemon I actually have on my person. Or not even on my person at all. This is all the Pokemon I have. And so on this Pokemon list here, I can then do a for each loop on the party to find each one. So, oh, not for each loop, sorry. In this case, I want to get a copy of this index here. And then I want to then get a copy of the one that's found. So now I know which Pokemon I want to use here. So I'm just going to promote that to a variable. Pokemon data. Plop that into there. There we go. And now it's a case of breaking this open and feeding it into this information on the chart here. So, Pokemon data. I need to get that from there and get the name. And that'll be text name. Did I not tick it? Yeah, I might not tick it. Yep, I shall tick it. Text name. There we go. Thank you, Enzo. I'm glad you enjoy it. And greetings from Argentina. Greetings. Yeah, so now drag up my name. Now I've made it editable. Go in there and do set text. Plug that in. Plug that in. HP we got here. Did I not tick any of those text things? I guess I didn't. Text. Ooh, didn't name that one. Level. Okay. So the various information I need to know about Pokemon, which I haven't put in here, is that level and other things I need to do. So I need to put that onto here. So let me go into Pokemon Struct and add in here level. That'd be integer, sorry. And I'm going to put that just above the EXP one, so it makes it more sense to have it together. And that's nothing special. That's just because it's easier for me to look at and me to find information. Okay. Hi, Mohammed. So level, HP. Along with HP, I need to know it's max HP as well. So we'll do that. And again, I'll put that with the HP one, so they're together like that. XP, I'm going to add another one for max XP. Put that there. And then you put in all the stats you have as well. They're going to have each one. So that'll be attack, defense, special, and speed. That was it, wasn't it? Hang on, I need to turn this fan. I'm getting well hot. Hang on. There we go. Whew, getting hot. Yeah, so need those values. I do. So now in here I can get all the information I want to get. So level, we'll do that one first. So level, set text. And in here I'm going to do format text. And I'm going to put in LVL space, curly brackets, num, curly bracket. Whatever you put inside the curly bracket doesn't matter. It's just the name you want to give it. So that'd be level there. The bar for XP, we're going to drag out and do set percent. And the percentage of that is going to be the XP normalized to range. Normalized to range. There we go. And max XP will go into range max, and then that'll give you the percentage. And the reason why you have to do that is because progress bars go between 0 and 1. So 1 is 100%, 0 is 0%. And so normalized to range squishes that value down to something a bit more readable. And HP. Text HP. We're going to do set text. Format text. And we're going to do HP in curly brackets / max curly brackets. So I've got HP and max being fed into this. It means I can feed it that here. HP and max HP. Yeah. Okay. File. Save. Cool. Now, if it does do the P construct, I only want to do this if the Pokedex is valid. It's always a good idea to do a validation check, especially whenever you've got like a little light blue pin you're using here. It's good practice to do, because there is a chance that you may have this in there and forget to plug in a value, in which case you don't want it to break. Okay, so oh, and type. Did I put that on the thing? No. Type. Oh no, I've got it on Pokemon data. I don't need to do that there. And I'm going to do image type. Set brush from texture. Now, a good way of doing something like this, where you want it to change, pick a different image based upon an enum, is if we take the Pokemon data here and get our type or elemental, what do we call it? Element? Let's say E elemental type. Yeah. Is it not in it? Did I not add it? Data assets, master data assets. Animation data, weight, idle animation, model. Oh no, I didn't. Okay. Put that in there. So that'll be elemental type. And E elemental type. There we go. So I can now pick that from this. Get elemental type. There we go. Right, so if I drag that right across here, and on this texture, I'm going to do a select and plug in the elemental type. That will now pre-populate this with all the different options I can put in. And now I can just drag in all those different images I want. Now, I know I don't have them all, but I have enough to put in some of these. So grass, we'll put in there. Fire there. Water there. Flying there. Electric there. Ghosts there. Sun. I don't know. What else do I do for sun? Normal. I guess normal. So the only one I don't have is ground. Okay, never mind. That'll do. That'll do. Okay. So that's going to populate that. The next thing I want to do is I need to make it so I know when I've clicked on one. I need it to report back which one I've clicked on. So I'm going to go and create an event dispatcher for this. So we're going to do on slot selected. Now, a good rule of thumb when it comes to naming your event dispatchers is start it with the word on, because event dispatchers are events. So you want to do like on event on this. Yeah, it makes it a bit easier to follow that name convention. Much like how you would name booleans a question rather than just like flying. You would say is flying. Okay. So on slot selected, we're going to go to inputs and we need to pass through which one was selected. And all I need to know really is the integer. So which index has this been assigned? So I'm going to go to index and compile that. Then I click on my button slot, go on to on clicked, and we're going to now make it do a call of that on slot selected, and the index will be just the index value we've assigned. Okay, and that's it. That's all we've got to do here. Right, go back to my Mondex. On the Mondex, when it's been created on the construct, I need it to populate that list. So what we're doing here in the party view is I'm going to have a vertical list and put that in there. And I'm going to align it with this anchor here, the one on the bottom left here, where I've got like a stretch between top and bottom. And I'm going to position it in the X by 50, offset top 50, offset bottom 50. And the size in the X here will do 800. Maybe do 1,000. Yeah, so it stretches out like this. And yeah, that'll do. I'm going to name it now. Box party. And make it variable. Now you have to make it variable because when we create the individual slots, we need to be able to assign it to a panel. That's a panel. We need to assign it to it. So go to the graph, and on the construct, I need to feed it information from my player character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to player character, get component by class, going to give it the Pokedex. Warning, only use this node if you know you've only got one component of that type on your actor. So Pokedex is only going to be one on there, so can't go wrong. So Pokedex is going to return that, and then on the construct here, I need to build a slot for each party member I have. So I'm going to get the party and do a for each loop. Remember, the party is just an array of indices which relate to which Pokemon I have. The Pokemon list is basically all the Pokemon I have. This points to the ones I've assigned to my party. So it's going to go for each one of those indices. And I'm then going to go and drag from here, get the Pokemon list, and get a copy of the array element. And that'll give me the exact Pokemon I want to send over to it as well. Okay. Now I don't need to send that information across to my thing because if you remember, all I had to do was send over the index. So on the create widget node, if I choose my Pokemon slot, I can give it the Pokedex and the index. So the index is this array element, and the Pokedex is this thing here. Now, this is a slight optimization trick for you guys. So if you were to drag this line straight into there, nothing really wrong with that. That would work. However, to make it more efficient, you're better off taking this reference here and promoting it to a variable. Why? Well, the reason why is if I have it like this instead and plugged into there, I've stored the reference. I've got the component. So here I'm getting the component once and storing it. And now every time I go create a party widget, once I'm creating like 6 of them, I don't need to go back and get the component. If I left that as it was, it would go back to this bit of code here and do this again and again and again, which is pointless because it's the same result every single time. So if you know you're going to get the same result every single time, just store it as a variable locally on the class itself. That way it only happens once and not 7 times. Okay, so create the slot, and then we're going to drag that into our box party and add child to vertical box. And drag that into there. Okay, so that's going to build out that list. Now I need to make them so I can click on them and do stuff. So I'm going to drag out from our return value and do bind event on slot selected. There's the event dispatcher we made. I'm going to put that onto there. So each slot will be bound to an event. So I'm going to do create event and create a matching event. And we'll do on slot selected. Okay, so now this event will fire whenever I click on one of those party members. So what I'm going to do is I need to generate the individual Pokemon screen and switch to it. So let's do that. I need to populate this screen here. Oh, that's going to be long. Okay, let's get the Pokemon first. So index, I'm going to get from Pokedex. I'm going to get, do Pokemon. And get copy. And put that into there. And I'm going to store that as a reference. Again, saving myself doing it over and over and over again. I just promote to a variable and say this is one current Pokemon data. So I've got who I'm meant to be looking at. And now I want to populate that list. Now, rather than doing a whole thing here, I'm going to do a function, keep it nice and tidy, and do display Pokemon. And in here, I'm going to drag up my current Pokemon data. And we're going to split this to get all this information here. And now I just need to populate all my junk here, basically. So let's get the name, set text, plug that in. And that'll be the name of the Pokemon. So the Pokemon data, this data asset, contains the static information. This information that's not going to change between Pokemon. So all the Grappi Pokemon I have are all the same. They all have the same name, or the same type. They're all the same. The individual stats are the things that are unique to that particular Pokemon. Okay, so they're unique per instance of that character. So it's why they're separate from that. We probably won't do it today. We'll probably do it another time where we'll generate the stats from a template. So the Pokemon data would store like the range of stats it would have. So like the attack value would be between this and this. This would be the algebraic function to calculate the attack value. And then it would randomize that whenever you capture a Pokemon. So we'll do it another time. But for right now, we just need to generate this onto a screen. So display Pokemon, show the name, done that. We'll do attack. Set text. Fortunately, this is nothing fancy. You just got to do this. Set text. It's a shame data assets cannot have components. I usually put actors for that reason. Yeah, I mean, data assets are a lot more lightweight than an actor, so you don't have to be spawned in, which is the benefit of them. But yeah, you obviously don't have access to other things like that. They are just read-only stuff. So do that. Set text. Special. Speed. Okay, so we got now HP to do. Text. Set text. Yeah, HP. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, if you're using Blueprint, it has to be spawned in, obviously. But yes, you can do it without it. And that's it. Just type now. So image type, set text. No, set text. Sorry. Set brush from texture. I can actually just copy what I did before the other one, actually. Save me some work. Let's just copy this bit. Okay, right, there we go. So that'll do. Okay, so on the event graph, we're going to call that function display Pokemon, and then we're going to do the widget switcher. So we're going to take the widget switcher out here, and we're going to do switch. Set active widget. Do set active widget. Fine. And for this, we do need to make sure that these two are set to variables. So individual screen variable, party view variable, and I plug that into there. Individual screen goes there. So we change the value and switch the screen over. Now you may, well, we will want to make a back button for our individual screen so we can go back to our party. So let's just do that on here now. Button. And there it is. And we'll just put in the bottom left there. And we'll just tint that color. Oh, whoops, wrong one. I'll tell you what, I'll just do this background color instead. And whoops. There you go. Okay. And we'll put back in there. Text. Oh, wrong bit. Back. Don't use it. There you go. Button. Back. And I'll just do this one to go back to the party view. So go down on clicked. And we'll do set active widget index. And we'll put that back to party view. Okay. So when I create this thing, I need to feed it the Pokedex. So make sure on the Pokedex component, I make it editable and exposed on spawn. Then on my player character, when I spawn this thing open, on my player character, refresh this. There's Pokedex. Just going to hook up my Pokedex value there. Okay. Right. So hit play. Hit 1. And there's my graphic. Okay. My mouse is missing. I need to make my mouse visible like that. I wish we had a library of generic UI templates for things like lists and bars. I mean, yeah, you can use common UI stuff to cover a lot of that. It's usually a good idea to do stuff with that. Pokemon Dex. So on here, on the, I'll do this here, and then we'll just do get player controller, set show mouse cursor, and set input mode to UI only, like that. And when I close this thing, so we're going to do on destruct, do basically the opposite. Yeah, player controller. Set show mouse cursor. And set input mode to game only. And I just need to be able to close this, so I'm going to make a little close button in the top right hand corner, and I'm going to do that with an overlay. So I'm going to wrap with slot an overlay, and in the overlay the widget switcher is going to be stretched out like normal, and then we're going to have a button in the corner. Oh no, there you go. Text. And we'll just change the color of this. And like that. Okay, and then I'll just click on the button here. And unclicked. We'll do remove from parent. Done. Okay, so go in here, push one, let's go Pike, hit close, and go back. Click on here, let's go Pike, and there's information about Pike. I haven't set the elemental type yet on that, or his description in here, so I need to do that. Back, close that, and away we go. So our Pokemon Dex is working just fine. Let me just go to party slot here. I'm just going to change the color of that. So I forgot we had a black background, so change that there to be this blue that we're using, like this. I'm also going to put a padding around it too. So if you click on the top of the hierarchy, you can add padding to the whole widget. And so on the bottom of this widget, I'm going to do a padding of 30. Okay, so that should look a little bit nicer in our UI here. Yeah, so I just need to set the type on it, description, and an image of Grapike there. Okay, and what we need to do is go back to here, and when we do display Pokemon, description, set text. Description. Okay. Oh. Okay, so I just need to put wrapping on my text here, so it doesn't do that. But yeah, we've got Grapike there. Now, when I capture him, I want it to show that he's been added to my Pokemon and my Pokemon party, because I've got literally loads of space. He ideally should go straight to my party if he's been captured. Yeah, so he's been captured, but he's not been added to the party. So we need to do that. So let's go to my Pokedex. There it is. And we got captured Pokemon. So in here we captured, and we're just adding it to our struct here, the Pokemon information. I want to also pass through and check to see if there's space in my party. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a function. Party has space. And it'll be a simple check, this function. Party has space. We get party length is less than 6. We're going to return this boolean here. So a very simple function. We'll make that pure function there. Oh, hello. And so on the event, on the captured Pokemon event, once it gets added to the Pokemon list, which it's going to do, we're then going to do party has space, put that into a branch, like so. And I'm going to add the party, if that's true, get party. I'm going to add to here this index. Okay. like that. So let's try and capture him now. Just choose Pokeball. Okay, captured. One, and I've got 2 Grapikes there. Okay, so that's working perfectly well. So I just need to make it so that when I click on these, I show the correct information. As you can see, they are showing different Pokemon. Like this HP is hit to 100. This one's set to 0. And it shows a 0. So I just need to make that work for us there. So let's go into our UI. Pokemon Dex, Designer View. I'm going to change this text to be wrapped. So go auto wrap. That's that one done. And I now need to tell Grapike what type he is. Go to monsters, go to data assets, and go into each one. So he's the alien one. And the type he is going to be grass. I think that's what we made him. Because he's like grape. He looks like a grape, so people name him Grapike. So, yeah, grass. Save that. Index number 1. Wait. Yep. Okay. So that should come through just fine now on there. So double check that. Yep, grass type. From there, grass type. Okay. So level and HP, all those stats are very low still. So let's go back into my player character and take a look at what we've got going on there. Dismiss. Because where we've been testing, we had a hard code a lot of stuff in, so it's a matter of going back through and just checking what we did. So this one, the party is saying index 0, party Pokemon index 0 here. There's all these stats, 100, blah 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 blah. That's my starting Pokemon. So max HP here, I'm gonna start at 100, level 1, XP 0, max XP 50. Skills, we've got that already. Attack 5, whatever. And there we go. Okay, so now he'll show those stats in Pokemon Index. So level 1, Grapike, 100 out of 100. Click on here, I've got 100, 5. Yeah. I'll go back and I can see all the other ones. Now, when I bump into this guy, he's too's got to generate that information. So when he's created, if I go to monster parent, oh yeah, here we go. We started doing it all here. So we've got gender, current level. So yeah. So this stuff is generated for us, and we just need to pass it through when we capture this Pokemon. So, let's have a look at what we're doing there. Pokemon. Capture Pokemon. That's a data asset. Okay, so alongside data asset, I need to know the exact Pokemon that I've got as well. So I am going to find references to find out where I did this, because I can't remember. Click on there. Battle Manager, end Pokemon. Okay, so monster. I'm feeding the monster data from the current level. I'm just going to send the monster across to capture Pokemon as well. So we're going to go in here and add an input for this. Do actor. That'd be monster parent. Go back to Battle Manager and plug that in there. So now my Pokedex has this actor, and I can now feed it information from this. So I can go HP. Oh no. What do we call it? Monster parent object. Yeah. Oh, call it health. That's why. Get health. HP. Health. Max health. Level. Get current level. XP. I don't have XP yet on this one. Skills. Attack. Defense. special. And speed. We can tidy this up later. Right back right now. There we go. So I haven't done XP or max XP, but that'll do just fine. Okay, so he has that information walking around. Okay, he has that stuff about him on there. So if I were to bump into him and capture him. Oh, failed. Do it again. Yay. Okay, and I'll go to my Pokedex. Got level 1. Level 1. It's got 50, 10, 5, 5, 6. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. So I've got 2 very different Pokemon, but reading from the same information, which is super useful and complete. Okay, so we can capture Pokemon. We can display Pokemon in our Pokedex. What we'll be doing next time is probably talking more about the management of our Pokemon, be able to put them into boxes and things like that, and also generating those stats. We'll get that going as well. As for what's left, because we do this once a month for the whole year. So we've got, how many we've got left? We've got September, October, November, December. So we've got 4 more left. So let's think about what we can actually try and get done. We can try and get done the stat stuff that I was just mentioned, and that'll be next month. We can try and do a store, but what would you think? What would be a good thing to include? What else from the Pokemon type of game do you want to see added to this? I mean, we could do more attacks and enemy and things like that, but that's kind of like the same as what we've done before. But let me know in chat now, what kind of things would you want to see tackled? Trainer battles? Would you want to see a trainer? Level design stuff? Shops? Gyms? What else? I don't know, you tell me. What kind of stuff would you like to see added to this stuff to it? See more AI. But the thing is, that AI, the Pokemon AI is really simple. It's just they just wander around. That's literally what they do. Trainers definitely. Yeah, trainers would be a good one to do, I feel. Because trainers are going to be very unique because they're not just a simple one-on-one encounter. They would have their own party, their own thing. So trainer battles would be quite cool. Okay, so trainer battles, yeah, okay, I'm up for that. And like getting prizes for that, like money, XP. We haven't done XP leveling. We haven't done that. Awarding XP for battles. We'll probably do that next one as well at the same time. But yeah, good progress so far, and we'll obviously work on more examples. I know we've only got 1 Pokemon, but we have got other monsters models we can use. We can use over here. Here's a bird one. I don't know what he's got on these one. Let's bump into him. Let's capture him. Bird. We've captured bird. And there he is. Yeah, so default stats, we ain't done nothing to him. But that works just fine. I say it could be quite easy to add and edit stuff. So go data assets, bird. We'll call him Flappy. This little blue bird is awaiting for his wings to appear. Until then he is often found wandering around bushes, feeding on small insects. Weight 6. Bird animation blueprint. Class bird, elemental type, flying. There you go. It's index number 3 as well. So we can go into there. Items, Pokeball. Pew. Yeah, try it again. He hasn't got any skills, so he's not going to attack me. Oh my god, wasting all my Pokeballs. Come on, man. It's incredibly unlucky. I think it's literally 50-50, so you've captured Flappy. And in Pokedex, I've got Flappy there with the image. Flappy. It's a bit stretched. We need to fix that. I think That's not a problem. But working a-okay. Cool. Okay, so trainer battles is something we want to add into it. Poke Puzzle Cave. What kind of cave? What do you mean by Poke Puzzle? I don't, is that the dungeon things? I haven't played those ones. I don't know what they're like. But trainers will definitely work on. We'll get those going in there. I may also in between session, like live streams to save time. I'll build like a little environment from the testing. Nothing fancy. Just gonna make it look a bit better than its grey box. Just so it looks a bit nicer. We could probably do random, make them stick in certain areas too, as well. But more on that next time. So thank you so much. Next weekend we are doing our live stream of the winning top 10 entries for the game jam that's currently on. If you're taking part in the game jam, keep going. Well done. The theme is Contra, so if you want to start and join up for the game jam, you're not too late. You can do so. You've got another 2 days, I think it is, to complete that. So do check that out. If you're a Patreon member, please do consider taking part in the Creator Challenge. It's a chance for you to get some feedback upon your own work and trying to get you to think more critically about trying to solve a problem without assistance. And we're going to try and give you some tips and pointers and feedback in the form of video at the later point. And the best entry will get, as I said, these cool little badges that I've made. Yeah, they're really cool. I like these things a lot. But it's available to all Patreon members, so all tiers, so $1 tier all the way up. Now I'm back from vacation. We'll also be back on Wednesday for question time, and more content is coming along the way. We've got an extra couple of videos coming from the inventory series that I added on. We've got more coming from Luke. He's done a handful of stuff we need to put together. We've got more. Christ, we've got loads of content coming. Lots of stuff in the works as well that are super exciting. I can't wait to get that showing for you guys. But yeah, next weekend we're doing a live stream to see the results of our game jam and decide on the winner together. So thank you once again for joining me live. As always, I'm gonna make the project files for this Pokemon project that we currently are sitting at right now. I'll zip it right now so you can see me zip it. We're gonna put into the gold Patreon project folder bank so you guys can download this if you want. And carry on from where I've left off if you really want to, but yeah, I'll leave it up to you. Thank you so much to everyone who is supporting the channel over on Patreon. If you're not yet supporting the channel, please consider supporting over on patreon.com/RyanLilly. It's thanks to those who are supporting the channel that we can actually do things like this and do giveaways like the game jam too. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe and share this with all your friends. And I look forward to seeing you in the next live stream. Good night, everyone. Take care.